What's going on, family? This is your boy, Dr. Mark, for Mark. So listen, I have a question. I'm trying to find the right balance on this camera to so that you can see my eyes, so we can make eye contact. So I have a question, and educators, advocates, parents, I am. This is a serious question, and I want to hear your thoughts. Can black males graduate from high school on time with white males at the same percentage? I'm gonna ask the question again. Can black males graduate from high school on time with the same percentage as white males? Now, I'm taking a pause on purpose because I really want you to think about that. Now, on the onset, we will quickly, especially if you're black, um, we will quickly say, yes, we can do that. Black males can graduate from high school at the same rate and or even higher than their white counterparts. Now, I'm just making a difference between race because when we look at data and we look at statistics in our country, that's what we're looking at. When you look at graduation rates, you're looking at what are graduation rates for our Asian young men, our Asian females, our black, our Latinos, our white. So I'm making the comparison because when we break down the graduation rates, that's how it's broken down. So if you quickly said, yes, Dr. Mark, or for my students, you watch this is Dr. Abraham. If you quickly said yes, and you quickly said, of course, and you maintain the position uh, emphatically, and you won't move off of that position, then my question is, why is it that black males have the lowest graduation rate among any population in the country? Why is it that black males have the highest suspension rate among any population in the country and the highest referral of special education uh, than any population in the country? And this graduation gap is continually growing. It's not something that is remaining stagnant. Most times, I'm reading a article, and Dr. Negero is writing, and it, what he talks about, it says, given the history, and this is something I'm just going to read to you really quickly. Given the history, the fact that federal education policy has made the goal of closing the racial achievement gap a national priority is truly remarkable. Although policymakers have called attention to the fact that the effort to eliminate racial disparities in student achievement represents repudiation of Americans' past views on race, educators at the center of this effort cannot help but engage attitudes and beliefs that are associated with the vestige of racial attitudes from the not so distant past. The notion that children of color are not as intelligent and capable as white children continues to find adherents among educators and the general public. So, I'll read a little bit further. It says race continues to be implicated in patterns of student achievement in predictable and disturbing ways, and the persistent and the pervasiveness of these patterns compel us to ask why. Simply, he goes on to talk about how that in the past there was a thought process in the United States of America that if you were non-white, then there's a thought process that if you're black, Latino, any black and brown, that you are not as intellectually astute. And what he's talking about is that thought, he's making the claim that educators are told to get rid of that notion by saying every kid should succeed and every kid should have success, but not really addressing the prevailing thought that our country has had for so long, that the color of your skin is actually a determining factor of your intellectual capability. So when I asked the question, why, if we believe that black males can graduate on time with their white counterparts and not have the lowest graduation rate, then why is it going on? And whose job is it to fix it? Now, in this article, and I'll give you the name of the article, it's the Creating Schools Where Race Does Not Predict Achievement, the Role and the Significance of Race in the Racial Achievement Gap by Pedro Negero. So, in this thought process, there's a thought that there's a prevailing thought, and I think when we look at the data, that thought might still have remnants in this country, where there's a thought that because this person is a certain skin color, that, according to Dr. Negero, but then when you're looking at the statistics, there might be a prevailing thought that's still out there, when one can say it, that because a person's skin color is the way it is, there might be a propensity to think that there's a lack of intelligence. Now, what what researchers and what some have used to answer this question, according to this article, is that some have chosen to say, well, the reason why black males are not graduating is because of the home life, because they come from families where the parents don't care about education. Ruby Payne goes on to talk about how reason why some kids are not having success is because of poverty. If you have high levels of poverty, then you won't have success. Some go to argue that the reason why black students aren't having success is because of the rap culture. That rap music is contributing to the high failure rate for black students, and particularly black males. Some even go and start talking about, the disobedient style of behavior, the aggressive behavior that they have, is the contributing factor for why black males do not succeed in school. My research, as a research, I don't look so much at the young person, the black male. What my research looks at is the system. What is happening in successful schools for black and brown children that can possibly be duplicated in other schools? So, to answer the question, I believe also, so I don't want you to say you walk out of this video and says, well, Dr. Abraham doesn't even believe that all black students could achieve. I believe that wholeheartedly. My school has a high concentration for black males, and we have about a 90% percent in the 5 year 90% graduation rate for black males. Um, so I wholeheartedly believe that black males can have success in schools like their white counterparts. And I'm just using white as the benchmark because white males in the male category have the highest graduation rate in the country. So I think that when we're looking at why black males are not graduating from high school, I think the short answer is that we have systems that are not working at their maximum and working at their best for that particular group. And I believe there's a thought process when we think about black males that oftentimes the thought that goes out about black males is often negative. You know, when you think in one of my favorite books is The Miseducation of the Negro, where Dr. Carter G. Woodson talks about and discusses how majority of the negative perceptions that are out there are associated with black and brown people. So it is so important that as a school system and as leaders of individuals who are leading schools, that we're looking at black males and looking at black and brown students and looking at them as a benefit to our school and looking at what they bring to our school and knowing that they can have success. So, in my professional belief, I'll give you 3 ways for educators to increase the graduation rate for black males. Number 1, we have to rid ourselves of this notion that black males cannot excel in high school and graduate in 4 years. Now, this thought process is not just for high school leaders, this is also for college leaders, because the same thing that's happening in high school is also happening at the collegiate level. First thing, we have to get rid ourselves of this thought process that, you know, black males can't have success. And I say this, you know, not just I'm just going a little deeper, not just in high school and college, but also at the job force, the workforce. There's a reason why, you know, when you look around your organization, CEOs and vice presidents, if you don't see any black men there, there's a reason. The data will tell you something, and you know we got to get rid of these things that we use as just quick answers. You know, just no thought answers, just no research behind them. It's like, you know, why aren't black males succeeding in school? Well, because their parents. Everybody says that. Now, what do you mean? Like, so you're telling me? And in another video, we'll look at the graduation rate, but I'm looking at big urban districts. I mean, districts that have 200,000 kids, 300,000 kids, million kids, and the graduation rate for black males is about 25%. So you're telling me in a district where there's 1 million black and brown children, give or take, that 75% of parents don't want their black males to graduate from high school, but they want their black female to graduate from high school. But when it comes to their black males, they say, nah, I don't want. Forget him. No, that seems illogical to me. So we got to get rid of those, in companies where they say, hey, why is no diversity here? We can't find any black men. You're telling me there's over 1 million black men in college right now, and your organization can't find 1 or 2? Okay. So first, we have to get rid of the notion that black males can't achieve. Number 2, we have to know our why. Why is that even important to you? Why is it important for you? Why is diversity important? Why is making sure that all students have a high school diploma, all students have a college degree, all students are are being employed. All young people and young men and men are having an opportunity to be successful. Why is that important to you? You watch this video, it's important to you for some reason. So you ask yourself why. Third thing is you have to really, I say this all over the country when I go to speak. You really have to focus on your data. You have to know your data. You have to be astute with your data, and that will change, be a game changer for you as leader. So hey, listen, that's my time. I try not to go 15 minutes. Give me your thoughts. Give me your feedback, and let's just move. Let's grow. Let's grow, and let's be better. Share, like, repost it, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. We're gonna be moving really fast in 2020. Hey, until next time. Love you. This is Dr. Marck.